You work hard. You show up every single day. You follow the rules. You do everything they told you to do. And yet, the gap between you and actual financial freedom keeps growing. Not shrinking. Growing. Every month feels like a reset. Like you're running on a treadmill that never stops. You're not lazy. You're not stupid. But something invisible is quietly working against you. And the frightening part, Machiavelli identified exactly what it was, 500 years ago. When was the last time you felt genuinely relaxed about money? Not just okay. Actually relaxed. For most people, that moment never comes. Because no matter how much they earn, the stress follows. The bills adjust. The lifestyle creeps up. And the freedom they were promised keeps moving further away. You were handed a script at birth. Work hard. Get a degree. Get a job. Buy things. Retire someday. And most people follow that script their entire lives, wondering why the promised destination never arrives. Here's what nobody taught you in school. The system you were raised inside was never designed for your financial freedom. It was designed for your financial participation. Your school taught you to become an employee, not an owner. Your culture taught you that spending equals success. That a new car means you've made it. That a big house means you're winning. But Machiavelli would call that the oldest trap in history. Confusing appearance with power. And every advertisement you see is engineered by billion-dollar companies to separate you from your money. Niccolò Machiavelli was a 15th-century Italian philosopher. Most people know his name. Very few understand what he actually taught. He wasn't just writing about kings and politics. He was writing about power. Real power. The kind that doesn't announce itself. The kind that builds quietly while everyone else is distracted. He said the greatest mistake a man can make is to believe that waiting is a strategy. That hope is a plan. Fortune rewards the prepared. Not the hopeful. Not the talented. The prepared. Strategy 1. There is a war happening right now for your money. And you are losing it without even knowing you're in a fight. Think about the last time you opened a shopping app just to browse. You weren't planning to buy anything. But 15 minutes later something was in your cart. That's not weakness. That's engineering. The most sophisticated psychological minds on the planet are paid hundreds of millions of dollars to make sure that happens. To make spending feel natural. Automatic. Even rewarding. There's a concept called variable reward. It's the same mechanism that makes gambling addictive. And it's built into every app on your phone. Every scroll. Every notification. Every flash sale countdown timer. It's all designed to bypass your rational brain and trigger your emotional one. Machiavelli warned about this centuries before smartphones existed. He said the most dangerous enemy is the one you invite into your own home. Today that enemy lives in your pocket. Working 24 hours a day against your wealth. So what do? You don't fight impulse with willpower. Willpower is finite. It runs out. Instead you design your environment. Delete the apps that drain you. Unsubscribe from marketing emails. Create distance between yourself and temptation. Because Machiavelli never relied on discipline alone. He relied on systems. Structure. Designed environments where the right choice becomes the easy choice. The wealthy don't have more self-control than you. They have better systems than you. And systems always beat willpower. Always. Strategy 2. Pay yourself before you pay anyone else. Without exception. John D. Rockefeller, before the oil empire, before the billions, before the power, was just a young bookkeeper earning a modest salary. Nothing special. But from his very first paycheck he followed one rule with absolute iron discipline. He paid himself first. Not after rent. Not after bills. First. Before anything else left his hands, a portion went to his future. Even when money was tight. Even when it felt almost irresponsible. Most people do the exact opposite. They pay rent. They pay utilities. They pay for subscriptions they forgot they had. And then if something is left over they consider saving it. That's not a financial strategy. That's financial surrender. Think about it this way. If you owed your landlord money and told him to wait until next month, there would be consequences. Pressure. Urgency. But when it comes to your own future, you treat it like a suggestion. Something optional. Machiavelli would say that is exactly how empires fall. Not dramatically. Through 1,000 small acts of neglect. Strategy 3. The people who talk about money the most usually have the least. And the people who have the most almost never talk about it. Real wealth is quiet. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't need validation. Warren Buffett still lives in the same house he bought in 1958. He drives himself to work. Not because he can't afford better. Because he understands something most people never learn. Lifestyle inflation is the silent killer of wealth. Every upgrade feels like reward. But what it's actually doing is ensuring your financial position never meaningfully improves. This is what economists call lifestyle creep. And it's one of the most dangerous forces working against you. Because it feels like progress. It feels like you've earned it. But Machiavelli called this the vanity trap. Using image as a substitute for actual power. The truly powerful don't show their strength. They build it quietly while others perform theirs. Your goal is not to look wealthy. Your goal is to become free. And those two things are almost always in direct conflict with each other. Choose freedom over appearance. Every single time. Strategy 4. Poor people react to money. Wealthy people schedule it. Here is a question most people have never seriously asked themselves: where exactly is your money going? Not roughly. Not approximately. Exactly. Because until you can answer that question with complete clarity, you are operating blind. And no general wins a battle operating blind. The Rothschild banking family built one of the most powerful financial empires in history. And one of their core principles was obsessive tracking. Every transaction. Every movement. Every flow. Information is leverage. So here is what you do. For the next 30 days write down every single thing you spend money on. Every coffee. Every delivery order. Every impulse purchase. Every subscription. Everything. Don't judge it yet. Just see it. Because somewhere around day 10 you will feel deeply uncomfortable. You will see patterns you didn't know existed. You will realize you have been making hundreds of small financial decisions completely unconsciously. And that discomfort is not a bad sign. That discomfort is Machiavelli's moment of truth. When reality replaces illusion. Strategy 5. Wealth is not built in one decision. It is built in 1,000 small ones that nobody ever sees. Most people understand compounding mathematically. Money grows over time. Everyone knows this. But very few people understand compounding psychologically. Because it's not just money that compounds. Identity compounds. Habits compound. Decisions compound. Every time you choose to invest instead of spend, you become slightly more the kind of person who invests. Every time you delay gratification, you become slightly more the kind of person who builds wealth. Warren Buffett bought his first stock at age 11. Not because he had a lot of money. Because he understood that ownership changes how you think. The moment you own even a small piece of something that grows, you stop thinking like a consumer and start thinking like an owner. And that mental shift is worth more than any single investment. Machiavelli believed that character is built under pressure, not in comfort. Every difficult financial decision you make is building a version of you that future you will be grateful for. So let's bring this together. 5 strategies rooted in 500 years of understanding human nature and power. 1. Recognize the invisible war and build systems to win it. 2. Pay yourself first. Every single time. 3. Choose freedom over appearance. Let your wealth grow in silence. 4. Bring complete clarity to your finances. See exactly where every dollar goes. 5. Build your identity as someone who owns rather than consumes. Most people will watch this and feel inspired for 48 hours. Then life resumes. Old patterns return. But some people watching this will do something different. They will take one strategy. Just one. And apply it this week. Not perfectly. Just begin. And that beginning is where everything changes. Machiavelli said it best. The one who adapts his course of action to the nature of the times will succeed. The nature of your time is right now, the action is yours to take.